All right. Hello, we are live. And today I am going to be talking about um, a potential client, well, a prospect. He's actually a client now. But before he became a client, he reached out because he was trying to figure out, Jennifer, do I file back taxes? I'm 5 years behind, or do I want, or should I start bookkeeping services? Because he's at the point where he's like, all right, I've been at this barber thing for many, many years. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm getting older. I need to get my life together, So he's like, I need to know what do I do? Like I want to get on the straight and narrow. And so that might be you today. You might be like, I'm trying to get on the straight and narrow, Jennifer. Like I'm behind. Maybe you're not behind as far as this guy was. He's behind 5 years. You might be behind less, or you might be behind more, but still the same thing. And you might be asking yourself, okay, what do I do? I want to get on the straight and narrow. Then this is what this live is going to be about today. I'm Jennifer. If this is your first time here, I'm Jennifer, founder and CEO of Hair CEO, and we are a business advisory and accounting firm helping self employed hair professionals and hair business owners run legitimate, profitable, and bankable businesses. And we do that with advisory, bookkeeping, and tax services. So today is day 22 of 90 days. I'm doing this whole series called 2026 Tax Talk, where I bring you different topics related to taxes and just get you prepared in the mindset for filing taxes and getting back on the right track. So, back to the big question here. Do I file back taxes or do I just sign up for monthly bookkeeping? Because he's at the point where he's like, I know I need help. I don't want to do this alone anymore. So if you're live, put in the chat a number one if you think he should file taxes first, or put a number two if you think he should sign up for bookkeeping first. I'm really curious to see what you guys are thinking before I tell you what I recommend. And we have Tara in the comments. She is moderating today. So if you guys have questions while I am presenting, just shoot those questions in the chat. And if I'm not able to get to them, she will. And if you're joining on the replay, drop a replay, hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you watched it and leave any questions that you may have. Because you never know, I might have a topic related to your question, or I will definitely acknowledge it and answer the question, the comment that you leave. All right, so I don't see. Oh, okay. So uh we got a two in the comments. Do we have a one? I'm seeing two. Sign up for bookkeeping services. Oh, you guys might be surprised at what I said. So the first thing I want to mention is that when I talked to this guy, this barber, I explained to him that when it comes to do you file back taxes or do you sign up for bookkeeping services, first thing to understand is that it's not about which one is more important. Both of them are important. So that's the first thing. And then, I make it very clear because when people call and, want services, a lot of times they're not in the best shape, right? So I say, we listen and we don't judge, right? Because life happens, I don't know the details of why he's behind 5 years. And honestly, that's not important at this point. It's not important why he's behind. The most important thing is let's get him the answer to what does he do first? And so, yeah, it's not about what's important, but is not about which one is more important because they're both equally important. But when it comes to this question, it's more about sequence. And with the clients that I work with, right? Self employed hair professionals, hair business owners, so you may feel this way too, is that when it comes to, you know, um, getting your financial system in place, having a foundation is super important. And so it really is about a foundation and then building a system, a financial system. So that's what I like to explain, because I used to take the mindset of when people would come to me and they would say, "Oh, I'm behind on taxes. I need bookkeeping." I'd be like, "Yes, let's do all together. Like, let's get you all the way straight." But then what happens is that they hit a wall. It's too overwhelming because if you feel like you're drowning in stuff, right? And it's like, "Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that." Like, it's too much. So my recommendation is we have to do this in phases. So my phase says, let's start with building a foundation. We cannot create a financial system without the right foundation. And so if this is you, then this is what I recommend. Let's get that foundation set up. And what does that mean? Step one, file past due tax returns. Simple. I just want you to take one step at a time. Let's get that foundation set up. We cannot, and I'm going to keep saying this, we cannot build a financial system. And you definitely need a system as a business owner. You need that financial system. So the first thing you want to do, file any past due tax returns. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to establish a baseline. You're like, well, what is that? We want to establish what has your company made historically? What are the baseline of your expenses? We want to do that because that's going to help us set up budgets. That's going to help us set up, okay, where, projections. Where is this business? Where has this business been? And where is the business going? So we want to create those baselines. And then third, we want to pay any balances, or we want to set up payment plans. We want to do that because now that you file taxes, now you may have already been getting some letters in the mail from the IRS, right? Because you haven't filed taxes. But, I've had this happen to some clients too. They haven't received the letter from the IRS because the IRS don't know where they live. They haven't filed taxes so long, they've moved, and IRS is just like, I don't know where this person is. They keep sending letters, and the person who lives where you live now, I know it's illegal to open up mail that's not yours, but they probably nosy. And if you get an IRS mail, somebody know that you way behind on taxes, okay? um and so you want to make sure that you are setting up balances. I mean, setting up a payment plan on those balances if you have them. And sometimes you won't do all of this because you're afraid of this part, but don't be afraid. I've had so many clients work with us at Hair CEO. They have been behind multiple years, and then they're surprised because they don't even owe much. And here's the thing, when you're getting caught up, don't get overwhelmed by, oh my gosh, that's so long ago. I don't know where my records are. I don't know anything. Listen, we have ways in which we can help you reconstruct what your numbers were in those prior years. So don't let that stop you. The IRS is not about being, especially with prior years, it's not about being perfect at this point. It's about getting caught up. It's about being compliant. It's about being in good standing with the IRS. Because so many people say, oh, well, I want a payment plan. But you can't even get on a payment plan if you're not caught up on your taxes. Okay. So that's the foundation that we want to set first. That's phase one. Now, once we're done with this, I'm sure you can guess, then we create the system. Then we start doing the bookkeeping. So this is where, okay, now we're all caught up. The IRS is not going to be sending you letters because we filed everything. We know that you're on a payment plan, or you've paid your balance, or maybe there wasn't a balance. Maybe you're even due a refund. So maybe you're waiting on your money in the mail. Who knows, right? So now we can start monthly bookkeeping because we got the weight of the past off of us. And then after you're doing the monthly bookkeeping, especially if you're working with a firm, but if you're not, like, you can do your own bookkeeping too. But if you're doing this, don't miss this step. It amazes me how many times this happens. People will sign up for bookkeeping, but they're not even, I mean, yes, there's tons of benefits to bookkeeping, but this one right here, this is the secret sauce And that's why at Hair CEO, we put together what's called roots reports, because we don't just give you a profit and loss statement. And we started this in 2026. So our clients are actually really going to be happy going into, our monthly reports starting in January. So they'll get January's reports, because here's what we learned at Hair CEO: profit and loss statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements. That probably sounds like blah, 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 blah. You don't even know what that means, right? But what if I told you, I'm going to give you every month a report that tells you how much income your business made, how much you paid yourself as a business owner, how much you spent in operations to operate your business, how much did you set aside for taxes, how much did you save this month? Those are the 5 things every business owner wants to know. And that's what we give them in our monthly reports. We call them roots reports because those are the roots that keep your business going. So you want to review those reports. And then the other part of this system is getting on a schedule for estimated taxes. Because when you pay those estimated taxes, now you don't have to worry about surprise bills from the IRS or really large bills, because you've been paying on time. It is so amazing. Like when clients have worked with us over time, they get so giddy about filing taxes. They're like, "Oh, I'm ready," because they're not they're not stressed. They're not stressed. I mean, think about it. If you've been paying your taxes throughout the year, it's like, okay, yeah, come on, bring it. I'm ready to file taxes. I have nothing to hide. I don't have nothing, I don't have nothing to worry about. I've been paying my estimated taxes. It's a breeze for them. Matter of fact, I had one client before, she worked with me. She's a barber. And before she started working with us at Hair CEO, she was so frightened every year about paying taxes. I'm sorry, about filing taxes, because she wasn't paying estimated taxes. And I will never forget her first year working with us. We filed her taxes, and she was always scared of IRS letters. And she was like, "Jen, I got a letter from the IRS." And I was like, "Oh, okay, what did it say?" She was like, "Oh, you want me to open it?" Ma'am, yes, open the letter from the IRS. She was like, "You want me to open it?" She's literally looking at a sealed envelope, telling me, "Son, what should I do?" And I'm like, "Well, what does it say?" She hadn't even opened it. So she opened it on the phone with me, and it was a refund check. She was like, "Jen, oh my God, I got a refund." I mean, it wasn't a big refund, but it was a refund. And she was like, "I've never gotten a refund." I'm like, "Yeah, but you've never been paying estimated taxes." So, it was like mind blowing for her, because as a business owner, she had never received a refund ever. And so for her, that was really exciting. And it's funny because, the whole reason she didn't give the IRS her bank account information was because she thought she was going to owe money. And she was like, I don't want the IRS knowing my bank account. And I'm like, okay, first of all, they got ways. Okay. So, but yeah, she didn't want to give the IRS her bank account information because of that reason. So, all right, I am almost at 14 minutes, and I like to keep these short. So what I will say is, if you are in that same boat as that barber that I was talking to, where you're behind on filing your taxes, but you are ready to turn over a new leaf, and you're like, "All right, Jen, this is 2026 is my year. Like, I'm gonna get my ish together." And you're trying to figure out, like, what do I do first? Remember the sequence. Build that foundation first. Let's get caught up, and then we create the system on top of a strong foundation. Because if you create a system on a weak foundation, you already know what happens. It's going to fail, right? So let's get that foundation strong and set, and then we'll build on top of it. And so if you want any help with any of that, with getting the taxes filed, the prior taxes, or you're already up to date with filing your taxes, or you're up to date, but now you're ready for 2025 taxes, I want to invite you to click the link in the bio, in the description here, because we're working with a limited number of people for the 2026 filing season. And if you want me or someone from my team to work with you with filing your taxes, self-employed hair professionals or hair business owners only. So if you're a trucker or any type of industry, don't even do it, because we're not going to take your money. We will refund it. So yeah, sign up. and we would love to work with you. So I'm Jen, and I'm founder and CEO of Hair CEO, helping you simplify profits and taxes. And I will see you tomorrow when we are on day 23. See you then.